Hello there. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Snips by Kelly. I'm Kelly, and tonight we're doing a pretty simple traditional scrapbook layout. I have a scrapbook layout idea for you here using the Lovely Florals. So the Lovely Florals has this gorgeous floral pattern. There are some really bright tones in this, and then there's also some more muted tones, but you can see here with Berry Burst how bright that is. There's a little bit of the oranger tones, the brown tones, and then a lot of the bright tones. And there are large floral elements in this scrapbooking workshop kit. So there are punch outs, there's a sticker sheet, there are cut apart sheets, there's designer series paper, all in the Lovely Florals scrapbooking workshop kit. Also in the Lovely Florals, there's some extra coordinating cardstock that's two-tone. There's also a coordinating cardstock pack that you can get that is Lovely Florals, which has 12 sheets. Now tonight I'm going to be scrapbooking Jess. Jess is one of my part-time helpers. She comes in after school some days of the week, and she is quiet as a mouse. Sometimes I'm talking to myself and working, and she comes in and she scares the heck out of me because she's so stealthy. Anyway, she is a senior this year, and she shared some of her senior photos with me, and I really love the tones in the rustic wood door in the background of her photos. And of course, she's so photogenic. Like, she could do anything and look amazing. She's a super cute girl, and I wanted to be able to feature her and maybe use the busy floral pattern so that I would be able to pull in some of those more fall tones, maybe pull in a little Cajun craze, also be able to pull in some of the blue tone, which is actually pretty peacock. And I just kind of wanted to do linear photos of her, maybe some that are a little bit more closer up, some that are a little farther away. And I love the rustic door, and it has this orange tone, Cajun craze tone, brown tone. But I think this is gonna allow me to really pull in some of those more, maybe they would have been harder to use colors. I also love the cut apart sheet. I love the idea of using make time for fun. I love the idea also of maybe adding a playful banner. Now, I want to keep it simple, but look at all the parts and pieces that you get from the scrapbooking workshop kit. Between the punch out ephemera and between the sticker sheet, you get so much. I'm also going to be stretching this pack as per usual and trying to get 12 pages out of it. So I'll probably add a few Cricut cuts too to tie in a little bit more of a fall feel. Some of the pages can definitely lend themselves toward summer, toward neutral, toward fall. I can even see some of the floral patterns being cool for winter. So I actually did a scrapbook layout here that was a little bit more of a feature layout, all about my scrapbooking. And I used the Charming Florals and the Charming Day. So this is a suite collection. And I actually used this suite collection and created this beautiful layout using all the stamps and dies in this set and the papers in the Charming Florals before they came out with the scrapbooking workshop kit. So I had no idea the scrapbooking workshop kit, Lovely Florals, was going to come out, and it mirrors a lot that is in the Charming Florals. Not identical, not all the same patterns. There's different elements in the scrapbooking workshop kit. So instead of using the stamps and dies tonight, I really wanted to go full on scrapbooking workshop kit, maybe only add a few Cricut elements and otherwise use what I have. Now I do see, because Jess has a little more of a country vibe in her photos. She does live in the country, and it's a beautiful country door. It's outdoors. I wanted to make my own wood grain. So if you follow my channel, you know I just did this, I believe it was last week. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a basic beige and I'm scoring on the dark side 1 inch, then 3/4, 1 inch, then 3/4, 1 inch, then 3/4, all the way across the page. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you mess up and you're off a line or something, it doesn't matter. You're just making a little indent. And then you're going to turn that piece of paper over on the back side. So score on the true side, turn it over to the light side, and ink it with Memento black ink, and it makes this great wood grain. And you can see that it's far from perfect, and it's going to be great. I'm actually only going to use a couple sections of that, and I'm just going to add a little bit of a rustic tone to a very easy traditional go-to layout. So the first thing I'm going to do is a lot of gutting. I'm going to gut this 12-inch floral frame. We only have 2 pieces in the whole collection, and I'm gutting it by cutting from 1 inch to 11 inches all the way around. Now, I definitely need to back and layer because it's a busy pattern on the outside, and I somehow want to draw in rustic country. I want to draw in a little bit of the petal pink. I want to draw in some of the Cajun craze, the pretty peacock, offset it with a little bit of white. So I'm going to have a lot going on here, but I do feel like I'm going to have faith that it's all just going to tone down and it's going to fall into place and just be this really beautiful rustic layout that could lend itself toward fall if you wanted it to, even though there's florals. And I think if we add a playful banner to that, we add a few leaves and some inking, probably with some pecan pie, it's going to turn out great. At least that's what I'm telling myself right now. So stay tuned and find out. So what I want to do is do quite a bit of layering, but I don't want the bulk. So I'm going to layer those cardstock frames. So Pretty Peacock, we have 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. Cajun Craze, we have 11 by 11. Then I'm going to add a white in there that is 10 1/4 by 10 1/4. And I've gutted each and every one of them just by 1 inch to reserve the inside for photo mats. Now, because I went with 10 1/4 by 10 1/4 with the willow white frame, I'm going to be able to cut these 2 pieces, the petal pink and the wood grain that I created on the basic beige, to 10 by 10, cut them both in half to 5 by 10, use the petal pink on the top and the wood grain on the bottom. Now, it doesn't look like much yet, but I promise it's going to come together. I really feel like it will. I just want that touch of rustic with the wood grain, and I want to tie it all together. So I want to bring in pecan pie on just about everything. So I'm going to ink the edges of the photo mats. I'm going to ink the edges of all the frames. I'm going to ink the edges even of the wood grain. I'll ink the edges of everything except for the 12 by 12 floral frame in the back. I think that's going to really make those photos pop. Now, for the photos, I used a little bit of a non-traditional size because I wanted them to be a little more chunky. I wanted them to be not as large as a 6-inch photo, but I wanted them to be larger than cutting them down. Jess is so beautiful and so natural. I love the colors in the background. I didn't want to cut away all of the background colors, which are actually what are going to tie in with this series in the first place. So I made them 4 by 5, the larger ones, and 3 by 5, the smaller one that we're going to use on the right page. So for the photo mats, I went an 1/8 inch up for the willow white, and then another 1/8 inch up for the pretty peacock, and I'm happy with that. So once I get all these layers in, not only does gutting save paper, but it saves the bulk. So I want to add bulk. I really love frames. I overuse frames because they're my favorite. I love them so much, and why not? And then by gutting them, I'm going to be able to get all the photo mats plus extras out of the center. And I like to use liquid glue when I gut frames because it allows me to build the frames without having to put a base on the back. So I don't have to put like a willow white base or some other kind of base on the back. And it also gives me a little bit of give time. So once I add the liquid glue to the outer side of the frame, the outside of the frame, I can move it and slide it a little bit. So now you can see that those feature photos are more linear, so we're not going to have to worry quite as much about like a visual triangle. I'm trying to follow protocol by trying to make sure that she's either facing front or facing to the left or the right if it's on the outside. So the left-hand photo on the left page is her head is tilted a little bit more toward the inside, and then her right photo on the left page is tilted more toward the inside. And I think I can get by with the photos on the right because she's facing a little bit more front. Even though her body is turned, her face is facing front. So I sort of examined my cut apart sheets there. Because of the pretty peacock around the edge, I now can add the pretty peacock pattern. Because of the petal pink on the interior and the petal pink in the floral frame, I now can add petal pink pieces. So there's some cut aparts there. We have the graph cut apart that has that nice banner in it, and I'm just going to cut to the right on the line. Those grid lines make it really easy to just cut that. And I'm actually going to use the leftover to make little banners. So I made the base banner on the Cricut. You could easily make it with a punch, a banner punch. You could easily dovetail those banners by hand. There's so many things, dies by hand, Cricut, pick your poison. You do it the way that you want to do it. So what I did is I cut the base on the Cricut, and then I cut one white willow top banner that I could use to cut. So I'm able to cut out of pattern paper, and I've alternated that with like the petal pink color, a Cajun craze cardstock, and the pretty peacock pattern. Again, I'm going to dirty up all the edges. I'm going to dirty up the edges of the little title card. I'm going to dirty up the edges of the banner and the little banners, all the pieces. I'm even going to dirty up any of the punch outs that I think I'm going to use. Now, I like that embedded banner that's embedded right into the cut apart sheet. So I'm just going to make the whole thing into a banner, and we'll probably pop up something that is pretty peacock so that we're layering that banner a little bit. So I've inked up all the edges of the little banner pieces, and I've popped up each of them on top of the white willow banner. I've added an extra one of those pretty peacock banners to the cut apart banner up on the top. Now, I somehow want this to be the whimsical banner. It's playful. Jess is just having fun. She's got cute little poses. And I'm just gonna think about cutting that apart, and I could do make time on one side and for fun on the other side. So it's gonna be a little tricky. There's not a lot of space on the top once I cut that card apart. And I prepped a few Cricut leaves here, and I've added a little of the pecan pie ink to that. Now, the trick for more delicate leaves, instead of rubbing, you do a little bit of pouncing to dirty up those edges a little bit. So now I think I can just arrange, make time for fun, add maybe 2 or 3 of the flowers from the punch outs or stickers. We have these same flowers on the sticker sheet. We also have those in the punch out cards, and strategically place a few florals around the banner and around the title, with still a lot of Jess's beautiful photos showing. I've so enjoyed Jess. She just comes for an hour or so after school, about 3 days a week or so. And then she's been in volleyball for a couple months, so she hasn't been able to come. She came in the summer. She comes during the school year, but she was on sabbatical during volleyball. I'm telling you, for all you sports moms out there, volleyball is a very long season. And I missed her so much. Anyway, she's back, but it's my last year with her. She's going to go away to nursing school. So last year I had both her and Ashley, and I lost Ashley to college. Ashley went away to college, and now Jess is leaving too. So, and you got to be happy, right? I would be sad if they weren't going to go on and live their best life, but I love her. Jess is just a sweetie, and she's just so quiet. She's humble and kind, and I'm so happy to do some some feature layouts with her senior photos, and these couldn't have been more perfect for this collection. So I'm adding just a couple of those leaves up at the upper right of that top photo. I feel like I'm gonna get there with the banner. I'm not happy with it yet. I'm kind of fussing around with it. And then same with the right page. I don't feel like I have to do as much of a visual triangle clustering because the photos are linear, and just clustering across I think are going to help. I do think I'll probably snip this banner and divide it in two because I'm struggling with how to get the banner on the top of For Fun, because by cutting that cut apart card apart, it didn't give me very much wiggle room. But I think I can adjust her photos here, adjust the banner, trim the banner down a little bit, add just a few little florals and leaves to that. So if you were looking for more fall and you were bummed that there wasn't a fall scrapbooking workshop kit, even though I know there's quite a few brights in this collection, the brights lend themselves to coordinate with some of those fall colors. So you could turn those florals into fall florals by adding leaves from your stash. You have, I mean, almost all of us, I'm not going to speak for everyone, have a stash full of Stampin' Die leaves. We also can make leaves on the Cricut. Many of us also have punch out leaves. So just pull out those leaves that you have, or go ahead and pull out those Charming Day dies are gorgeous, the ones that I showed at the beginning of this video. I will link in the description. Just click that more button and I'll link in the description that process video. I will also list out the M numbers of all of the Cricut cuts that I use this evening. Remember to put a hashtag in front of it when you search in Design Space. So I don't list the hashtags in my description because then it will hashtag them, and it won't make sense to have this like 4 or 6 digit number that's hashtagged. And so I just put the numbers in there, put a hashtag in them, put them in the search bar in your Design Space, and the exact images that I used will come up if you really want those to match exactly. But there's so many things that you can use from your stash. So I'm pulling a sticker heart out of the stickers that came in the collection. I'm getting way happier with my clustering. I try to swoosh some down toward the right, have some going upward, and I'm getting happy with that. Now these are the gems that come with the collection. I can't remember if they come separately or together, but I'll list that in the description. And they're called Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. So they have 3 different colors in them. So it lends themselves to all the colors in this scrapbooking workshop kit, because you're going to have some brights and then you're going to have some more muted tones. So I love that we only used 3 punch out flowers and we stretched the rest from little cut apart pieces, Cricut pieces, and I love the layering. I feel like we've done the layout justice, and I love that everything we needed aside from a few Cricut cuts came out of the scrapbooking workshop kit. Sometimes I absolutely love to stamp and die, and sometimes I like to be a little lazier and I love to just add a few little Cricut elements to already existing elements. And I'm telling you, the scrapbooking workshop kit has so much with it, with the ephemera and the stickers, that you're not going to need much at all. I'm getting happy. I hope Jess is happy as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll give me a thumbs up, hit like, subscribe, and the notifications bell, and stay tuned later on. I believe later on this week, I will have one paper theme 3 ways with lovely florals. Come back soon for more. Bye-bye.